Hey everybody, welcome back with more Star Wars. It's been a really busy week, and in fact, because of that, I'm incredibly tired. And you see, I'm recording much earlier than I usually do for the Star Wars stuff, just because I am pooped. You also may notice that I don't have certain abilities on my bar, and that blinking light may be very distracting for you for a couple minutes here, as I tell you that 1.3 was released finally. Well, not finally. I mean, it was kind of a surprise to be released as early as it did, but it was ready, so it's good. And with this came a lot of new changes, including changes to my talent tree, so I'm going to go through that in a minute. I don't know what the changes are. All I know is all my points are refunded. There's also new legacy stuff, and a variety of other bug fixes and whatnot, but we also have things like the group finder. Yeah, pretty awesome. I could do one of these two, but to be honest, I don't want to do the flashpoints quite yet. I want to do them when I hit 50 and just do the hard modes for you and record all that. That's my plan. Now, is there anything else? Oh yes, the other thing. One thing to talk about before we fully get started here is the fact that my parts for my computer are going to be a bit delayed, and the reason why is because the person who was buying my guitar kind of tried to scam me. And I told the whole story in the Diablo episode, so if you want to hear about it, you can go listen to that. I think it's in one of the two episodes that comes out this weekend. I don't know which one, to be perfectly honest. But yeah, she tried to scam me, and I put my guitar back up for sale, so waiting to get another person to buy that for me. Hopefully getting 650 out of it, which will allow me to, of course, buy all my computer parts. I only need 600, so awesome sauce. Anyways, let's get started here with... let's start with let's start with my talent points here, because I actually have no idea what got changed. We're just going to go up my tree. If something looks new to me, I may be like, well, that looks interesting. So what do we got? We have the 50% chance to cover screen. Yeah, I never took that. Increases critical damage dealt by charge burst speed shot. Yes, it's like that. That's always nice. Or increases the damage dealt, not the critical damage dealt, rather. I'm tired. Look, you're going to have to deal with it. Increased range and tech accuracy by 3%. Nice. When aim shot strikes a target within 10 meters. Yes, I love that ability. It's knocked back. Entering cover grants 3 charges of ballistic dampeners. Each charge absorbs 15% of the damage dealt by incoming attacks. This effect does not occur more than once every 1.5 seconds. Ballistic dampeners can only be gained once every 6 seconds. Useful. I may end up getting that. In fact, I will. Boom. And that was the aim shot ignores 20% of the target's armor. Always good for DPS there. Next up, we have charge burst and speed shot. Critical hits have a 50% chance and 100% chance when I put the 2 points into it to reduce activation time of the next aim shot by 1 second. Yes. Diversion, I actually don't use this all that much. I'm considering not getting it. Reduces accuracy by 45% for 9 seconds. Exposes the target from cover. I probably should use it for the accuracy decrease. I just don't know. Cannot be used on operation bosses. So that sounds like a good idea for like raiding and stuff, but I mean, you could do it in dungeons at least. Let's see here, what else we got? Entering cover has a 50% chance, which would be a 100% chance. Make the next charge burst activate instantly. Yes, I love that one. I guess we'll go for that just to get up to the next tree here, because that, reduces the cooldown of leg shot. I don't really use leg shot that much, and the 50% chance to gain cover screen is, I mean, it's nice, but I probably should use it, but I don't. What else we got? Spacer. Pulse detonator knocks targets back an additional 2 meters. Additionally, reduces the activation time of excess freighter flyby, which I don't have yet, although I would really like. Increase the critical hit chance of charge burst, speed shot, and trick shot by 2%. We will go with that. Increases the energy regeneration rate by 1 per second while in cover. Yes. Reduces the cooldown of aim shot, speed shot by 1 second. Yes. Go with all 3 of those. Trick shot, yeah, we're going to pick that up. Reduces the energy cost of trick shot by 2 and reduces the cooldown by 1.5 seconds. Sure. Awesome, I guess. Was that there before? I don't know if... I think maybe one of these wasn't there before, because I don't remember seeing one of those icons. Reduces the cooldown of hunkered down and excess freighter flyby by 7.5 seconds. That would be 15 seconds total. Let's put 1 point into the activation time. Then again, I probably should just... gosh, I hate these choices. Why? Like, that's nice for... because I use the pulse detonator a lot. And it would also help to activate the crazy AoE. Basically, it's an orbital strike, right? And I want to be able to activate that. But this also reduces the cooldown of Hunker Down, which I don't even use. I should use it, I just don't. Becoming immune to all controlling effects, yada yada yada. Okay, let's put a point into that and then get these. Reduces all area effect damage while taken by 30% while Hunker Down is active. No, let's not get that. Increases critical damage dealt by Speed Shot, Quick Draw, and Trick Shot by 10%. Yes. And then I will put the 2 points into Lay Low because I'm preparing for being able to AoE really well with the Freighter Flyby, and increases and finishes, or immediately finishes the cooldown on Speed Shot, increases alacrity by 10% and energy regeneration by 50% for 10 seconds. That's new. That is different. That end part there used to be that it didn't trigger a cooldown on the next Speed Shot as well. Right? That's what it was. And now it increases alacrity by 10%, so haste, and energy regeneration by 50% for 10 seconds. That's really that's a good upgrade from what it was before, because in combination with Cool Head, you can basically never run out of energy. Because this is a 45-second cooldown, Cool Head's a 2-minute cooldown. You can cycle those pretty well. Okay, let's see what we got over here. Alacrity, range, tech, critical chance, or blaster damage, or damage done by blaster whip. Ugh, can't speak. Let's go with the cunning and maximum energy, I think. Yeah, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Got 1 point here. Total endurance, Activating pulse detonator has a 50% chance making the next charge burst activate instantly, Cool Head now heals for 3% of your total health over 3 seconds. It's nifty, but no. Increases damage dealt by sabotage charge and all area effects by 5%. If I was running operations on this character at the moment, I would take that. But we're going to come over here, and we are going to go with... It's a hard choice, really. I mean, it boils down to me having more alacrity, which means I waste everything quicker, or... range and tech crit chance by 1%. Let's go with this, because I'm only going to take 2 points. I think that's what I may have had before anyways. Wow, that took forever. Next. Okay. This is important, because you like to, most of you guys like to see this stuff. There's like the 5 of you that are like, just do combat. And I'm like, I know, I just everybody else though. Let's see here. What exactly do we want to buy? I don't want to waste the money on this XP gains and stuff. And it's not that expensive, but when it boils down to it, this character's almost 50 anyway, so I really don't need it, right? Anything over here that would be useful. Let's see, we got increase, yes, I will get the companion affection. And what's increase the amount from conversations. Well, I do have quite a few conversations left. See, that's 40, it's 100,000 credits. We'll work into that. So let's first buy repair droid and mail droid. Very useful. Let's see here. I don't need that because I don't want to cheat it. And increase amount of companion affection gained from companion gifts. Useful, but let's not get that yet because I'm not feeding them gifts yet. But in fact, let's go with that. What is this? Augmented results, crafting, critical, whatever. And I don't actually use that, so well, I guess we'll just max this out. It's actually very useful. 40,000 credits left. I'll keep it at that. Sweet. We're ready to rock. Are you guys ready to rock? I know I'm ready to rock. I gotta go there to meditate at the altar. That's a bonus for the meditating at the altar. Let's just head over here real quick. What else do I have to do? Darker Than Dark and Nightmare Predator. And very last, the Corruption. That's my main one right there. It's my smuggler quest. I hope, I know for a fact, actually, I'm not going to say I hope, because I know that I'm going to finish Voss this weekend, which is going to be awesome. We'll move on to Corellia, which will allow us to do some pretty cool stuff, hopefully, at the end of this whole story. Now with this new affection gain bonus to my companions, those will max out quicker, so you'll be able to get more cutscenes with them. And I won't have to spend so much money feeding them or gifts, although I will have to do that later on, I'm sure. Is there anything else? I don't think so. I tried derping around in my settings a bit more to try to increase the subtitle, and a few people suggested things, but they don't work for it, because in order to increase the text size of the subtitles, it's like something really weird that you have to adjust, and I couldn't do it. Yeah, there was a few people giving me oh my gosh, my abilities are all messed up on my bars. A few people giving me suggestions saying like, hey, why don't you do this? You should really try, you know, trying to adjust the text size and the window here. That actually is bad. I need to decrease the text size there because it's too much. So, let's try my new ability. Or not, because that thing died super quick. Okay, let's move these around real quick, because that totally screwed me up. Is there anything else on my bars that are just wonky? I'm sure there is. Here, let's do this first before those will respawn. Wow, 6-second cast to meditate. Man, that kind of sucks. Is that it? That was me meditating. Okay, good. So, let's run over here, like so, where we're kind of safe, and maybe more over here. And let's go to my ability page. First things first, legacy. We will move this out. That's the mailbox, paradroid. We'll also move unity and sacrifice. I don't think I'll ever use sacrifice, to be completely honest with you, though. Legacy project. Legacy force choke. And legacy flamethrower. Now we're good. Now we're ready to rock. Is there anything else I'm missing before we get started? Like, truly started. Like, that was boring started, but really started. Delicious water. Especially with really dry air here in Nevada this week. Oh man, has it been bad. I tell ya, your lips are just like everything about it. Your skin, your lips, your just hair, like everything about your body just cries. And it's like, it's so dry. And you're like, I know, you can do this. Living in a desert kind of sucks. Okay, it's high mountain desert, so it's not only dry, but it's really cold sometimes. I'm just going to skip the travel time, and we're going to go boop, 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 left to right. Yes, that's exactly what we're going to do. I'll be right back. Okay, I made it to the first area over here. This one. We'll head in and do that quest. I had to kill a group of guys that ambushed me on my way down. So, there's two things that need to be noted, but I think there's a cutscene here, maybe? Yes, maybe? I don't know. Luring a guy and killing him? If that, then... Is that... Let's kill these guys first. Okay, focus. Don't die. Oh wow, they take a lot of damage. We'll go back into cover. We'll debuff this guy. We will then shoot him with aim shot. Speed shots. I probably should have done that the other way around, according to my rotation. You may notice there's a new marker there for who I have targeted. I'll explain that in a minute, because it is very useful information to know. But basically, they fixed tab targeting, like majorly fixed tab targeting. I meant to do that, by the way. That was a nice roll out of his way. The one time I want it to work, it finally does. But what they did, and I'll show you when we get outside after I'm done healing up. I said after I'm done healing. Oh, and I forgot to change the font size to 14. There we go. Oh, so much better on my eyes there, because on my screen that's like taking up most of my screen, so it's really distracting. But what they did is, see, if I target this guy right? Now they have predictive tab targeting, so you see it's kind of white and red for the color, or predicting the color. That's the one I have targeted. But you see over there, the target is that one. You know, the one that is targeted back there is the one that when I hit tab target, it'll go to if I didn't change it. There we go. No. There we go. See tab, and then it just goes from left to right, and it realizes this guy's to the right, so it changes, and then it cycles back through, like so. Pretty nice. Basically, it didn't do that before. You would, you would tab target, and it would be like, target the one behind you, right? You're like, no, not that. It's really frustrating while raiding, too. 'Cause you'd be, you know, having a really good attempt at a hard mode boss, and you go to tab to target something in order to taunt it as a tank off of maybe a healer or a squishy ally or something like that. And you go to taunt it, and it targets something else in the room, and you blow your taunt. And you're like, really? It was right in front of me. Why didn't it target it? Well, they fixed that. They fixed the tab targeting completely, and they made it better. Completely better. There's even some options here I'll show you real quick. I think it's under user interface. Is it? Oh, one thing I don't think I actually turned back on. No, I did. Never mind. Let's see here. Maybe it's not under that. Maybe it's under... It's on graphics. Oh, crap. Where did I lose it to? I'm telling you all this stuff, but I totally am not... Okay, there it is. No? Cycle in... Yes. Show next target in cycle, right? So I could turn that off, like it was doing. And cycle in screen space, so it'll only work on my screen from left to right. I like that. It's really good. It's better than any other MMO's tab targeting I've ever come across. Then again, it is based on a targeting system that's kind of archaic. Let's be honest. It's the hotkey targeting system. If you play games like Terra, you don't actually target them, you just fight them. Like in real life, you wouldn't target somebody. You wouldn't like you don't click on them and then, you know, talk to them or whatever. And I think I totally went the wrong direction here. Is that where I gotta go? Down over there. I think I did totally go the wrong direction. What the heck? So you would, in Terra, you just kind of attack in the general direction, and if things are in your way, you kind of sweep them left and right. DC Universe did a little bit of this kind of thing, not as to the same effect though. So it's targeting in general is kind of clunky by nature, but they made it a lot better to just hit tab and go to the next target, because I already know what target is going to be the next one for me. Very useful. Very, very useful.
I heal you with Jedi power.
They also made improvements to spell effects, apparently, so most people will notice greater frame rates and things like operations. And in fact, I did this week while running them. I did notice an improvement in performance, a significant improvement, like 10 frames per second. I don't know if they reduced like the textures or something on spell effects, but they made it so they were more optimized, I guess. That would be what I assumed out of the patch notes. Anyways, there's a huge list of patch notes, and there's changes to every class. Like my bounty hunter is awesome to tank with now. It was pretty fun before, but it was just frustrating because most classes, like a Sith warrior, were able to out AoE tank me, which shouldn't be the case. I mean, I've got like 1.5 million freaking AoEs to do, and the Sith warriors have like 1 or 2. Pretty sure it's 2, actually thinking back to my warrior. And that's, you know, that's not a fun feeling to have of I know I'm a powerful AoE tank, so why can't I hold aggro on all these things? So they increased threat generation on all tanks by 100%, or to 100% rather, from whatever it was at before. I think it was 80, maybe 90. Much easier for me to hold aggro on all my really, really over-anxious DPS that I have in the guild. Then we have the other useful change of just the AoE stuff for the bounty hunter. Previously, you had to watch your AoE, or how much times you hit your AoE. Otherwise, you would just generate all this heat that you couldn't get rid of because you probably already used your vent heat. Frustrating to use. Is that new? I gotta, hold on. This trick shot, okay, we're gonna listen to it here. I'm pretty sure that's a new sound effect. But what they did for bounty hunters is they made it so when I use my jet charge, it's talented, right? So when you have the talent point to do it, it does this. When I use my jet charge, what it does is it gives me 2 free flame sweeps for like 15 seconds to cast. So I can cast flame sweep, which is my, you know, massive like AoE, twice in a row without generating any heat. As you can imagine, it's incredibly useful. We're going to just go ahead and finish off killing 20 of these guys. 10 more. And that has helped immensely because I'm really good at using my charge every time it's off cooldown. Which means if there's a target that stands stationary for most of the time, like Soa in Eternity Vault. That's a good example. Last boss in Eternity Vault. For the most part, he'll stand stationary during phase 1 and 2. So what I'm able to do is I can run out a little bit because of the way their hitboxes work. I don't have to run very far, but just a couple feet, and then I'm out of range enough to use my jet charge. When I'm able to use my jet charge, it allows me to get the free 2 attacks in, and that actually helps a lot with my damage and my threat generation, because it's literally free 2 attacks that I don't have to worry about what heat I'm generating or what heat I'm not generating. Very useful. So if you can get really good at doing that to stationary targets or targets that are really slow, by running out and charging in real quick, like I've got my hotkey for my charge as my middle mouse button, just to click down on it, which is amazing. It makes it so it's way easier to do that kind of thing. So that's one thing. So if you play a bounty hunter, power tech, then, you know, that's obviously an idea for you to take. It's a good way to just do damage and keep aggro without generating a lot of heat. So there's that change, and then the other change is that if I use my rail shot on a target, which is like a pretty powerful single target damager, if I use that on a target, it will spread a dot to all other targets within 10 yards, I think. And it's pretty high threat generating ability, so that's always good. So then all of those guys that get the dots are then taking damage over time, and I'm generating aggro on them, so it just makes it way easier to hold aggro in general. It's really nice. Then again, the other good part about that is it completely ignores CC'd targets. So if there's a target that's crowd controlled, stunned, thrown up in the air, whatever, from the Jedi or Sith, then it'll completely ignore it, which is really nice. And from what it looked like in the patch notes, because I don't play a trooper, my trooper's like level 17. But, by the way, if you haven't seen my trooper, and you like the name of my smuggler, sorry, was muting my iPad so that way it's not going to make any noise, because I just saw that it was going to try to. But if you like the name of Jonas Quinn, which is a Stargate reference, you would also like the Stargate reference of my trooper, whose name is Carter. And when I get the Colonel title, it'll be Colonel Carter. It'll be perfect. For those of you who love Stargate, it was brilliance. That was all brilliance right there. And you appreciated it. And I appreciate you for understanding my Stargate references. Thank you, random guy on the internet. I don't even know where I'm supposed to be going here, so we're going to go up. No, I don't think that's the way, though. Let's do this. Sneak by him. Can we discover this area or something? Can we get up there somehow? Yeah, it looks like there's like a path. We'll try to get up there. I don't know if that's the way I'm supposed to be going, but this is the way I'm going to try. Is there anything else that's important information? I think I've pretty much decided if I were to do another character, it's going to be the... Yeah, this does not look like the right way. It's going to be the Jedi Knight, Dark Side of Jedi Knight. And that may sound boring to some of you, but it'll be really awesome. And it'll be edited down so it's not containing all of this running time like this one does, or containing all of the quests you've already seen on the Republic, so it'll just be Jedi Knight stuff. And what I would end up doing for that series as I would completely record it from start to finish, as in 1 to 50, in like 2 days.
I healed you
I'd
with
have
Jedi
all this
power.
content just to throw out, and it'd be really great. Because then, from then on, I don't have to focus my time on putting it, like, or making videos like this. Like, I don't have to focus my time recording. I would then be focusing my time on something a bit more difficult, but much more important, which is editing the videos to make them more coherent. Because you would still see, like, what I'm doing is combat-wise, and if it's a Jedi phase, you would see that combat and all that fun stuff. So, you know, things to consider. I was gonna do an Inquisitor.
Pretty sure
That was my other choice. But the problem with that is everybody has a freaking Inquisitor. Everybody knows the Inquisitor story, so it suddenly becomes much less enticing. The other thing is there's 1.5 billion videos out on YouTube right now with the Inquisitor story. And people who do it better than I do. So it's just, wasn't a thing I was interested in. As far as the Jedi Knight goes, it's much fewer people who do videos for the Jedi Knight. And also, I think I'm one of the only guys who've done the Smuggler from 1 to 50. If not the only. I don't know. I haven't done any research on that. Let me know. Am I the best one out there for Smuggler content? I hope so, because I love my Smuggler. That would make me very happy. About as happy as I was. Holy cow, my alacrity is high. I was spamming those charge shots like they were nothing. But about as happy as when Holy and I did all the beta content. We were literally the only YouTube channel with 2 people, only 2 people, that did all level 1 to 10 content for every single class in the course of a beta weekend. Mind-blowing. Your mind just exploded. Actually, I'm pretty sure we're the only YouTube channel that did 1 to 10 coverage of every single class during a beta weekend. It's crazy. It's a lot to do in one weekend. Imagine leveling 10 or 8 characters to level 10 within the course of 48 hours, because that's all we had. That's literally the time frame that we had to play, because we also had to do other things. It was open for it was open from Friday to Monday, and we ended up doing it from mostly on Saturday, Sunday, when both of him and I were not so busy. So it took a lot of time out of us, but we were really proud of that. Still are really proud of that. Still are really proud that we're pretty much one of the only channels that give consistent Star Wars content. You know, it's my favorite MMO out at the moment.
my friend is going to
Traditional MMO, rather. I need to clarify that, because I can't just throw out my favorite MMO, because there's so many MMOs that I play that I really like. I love DC Universe. But I dabble in that. That's not a game I just constantly play. It's more of a dabble. I love Terra, but really it was designed in the pits of the deepest, darkest place of hell, right? And it just won't run on. Why can't I get? Do I just have to like run up to it? Is that how that's gonna work? Anyways, it won't run on my computer smoothly enough for me to actually take interest in it. Which is sad, because it's a really good looking game. Maybe when I get my new parts, I'll do a video on it. So yeah, what else is a good MMO that I like playing? Well, it's gonna be PlanetSide 2. I actually just got into PlanetSide 1. They gave everybody who used to subscribe to PlanetSide 1, like I did, free 30 days, because on the 1st of this, on the 1st of July, is the go away party, basically, with all the veterans of PlanetSide 1. We're doing a giant play of an entire day, and I'll get a ton of footage on that, and I'll definitely do a GLHF of it, for sure. You guys will love that. Okay, well, I guess that was weird. I just had to walk up to it before it activated. Is there bad things in here? Are they going to try to kill me? I'm going to be really careful. It's quiet. Way too quiet.